class, students, teachers, moms, dads, firefighters, police officers, loyal subscribers, my loyal Patreons. Exciting things are coming. Okay, we are ending the year strong and we are starting the year. We're going to start the year off fresh. All right. Been doing some reorganizing, some re-strategizing. Okay, had to take a couple days to just reflect on all the grace and all the blessings that the Lord has blessed on us all, right? And establishing our kingdoms and wiping out debt. You know, had someone reach out to me recently saying that they wiped out their car in like a month. I'm like, look, it works. It works. Can't go wrong, right? This velocity banking thing, as soon as you master it, that's it. You're good to go. Have fun, right? Stay out of debt, all right? If you go into debt, you know the strategy to get out, okay? If you're cool with it, let's keep going. Yeah, so we're a YouTube partner program now, all right? We've got a bunch of Patreons signed up. I'm working on my legacy. I'm putting my legacy in a course, in a video, okay, format, all right? And it's going to be so critique. It's going to be the Velocity Banking and Kingdom Authority program, all right? And I'm going to lay everything out. We're going to track a case of an individual starting out at a very young age and then tracking that individual for 20 years as to what they would do from day one they start receiving money to the growth of that money and then expanding it and outliving, you know, our just living our life the way we want to live, and then having the resources that the resources outlive us. That's what I wanted to say, that we don't outlive money. Money outlives us, right? Where we continue to have this overflow and then have the ability to transfer all that wealth to the next generation. And not just the wealth, but the knowledge and the history that comes with it and the experiences, the trials and errors. Okay? Very important stuff here. All right? Now, in this lesson, we're going to go over how to use your debt weapons, or just how I would use debt weapons, and you can apply that same strategy to your own personal finances, okay? So I went over some debt weapons right here on the personal side. Okay, so before we do anything when we're working with Denzel, we got to get these numbers right. Income, expenses, debt, and cash flow. You get those so accurate to me, I can lay out a strategy so fast, so quickly. When we're talking on the phone, I mean, it's bomb, 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 1, 2, 3, right? But when we don't have these numbers together, I can't get into the action, right? And I know some of you've experienced that, where it's like, damn, man, we spent like 30, 40 minutes trying to just figure this out. And I know it can be difficult, you know, some people, you have income from different areas and whatnot, but still, we got to get damn near accurate. We just got to know where every dollar goes, okay? So let's go over our debt weapons. Got the credit card, personal policy, a personal line of credit, and a HELOC. These are the 4 debt weapons I'm going to use over here in this example, all right? And I just want to lay out each and every debt weapon and where their roles are in this example here. So I'm not going to talk about your income, expense, debt, and cash flow. This is for everyone, all right? This is just everyone. Whatever you make, all right? Whatever it is, put these numbers in for yourself, and then I'm going to show you how I would use the debt weapons, okay? So first things first, with a credit card and a line of credit, those are like the quickest debt weapons that we can acquire to start using for our benefit. The primary purpose for these 2 debt weapons, personal credit card or personal line of credit. For the credit card, primarily is to pay bills and expenses, which would buy you time. Credit cards just buy time, right? You get the 0% promotion, the 24 months, the 12 months, the cashback rewards. You get 30 days before the bill date is actually due. Credit card primarily buys time. It buys time for the line of credit. The line of credit primary use is to chunk and to pay yourself back. What do we chunk at? If we're in debt a lot, we're going to chunk at debts. Okay? If we're not in debt, if we have very little manageable debt, okay, we can chunk at an asset like a life insurance policy or properties, okay, but I'll get into that. Or any other asset that you classify in your life as an asset. We would use the line of credit to chunk at that. So that's the primary use, chunking, right? After that chunk is made, we then take all income and dump into the line of credit. The goal for your money is to keep the money as long as possible. You want it to remain in there as long as possible. How do you do that? You can utilize credit cards to pay certain bills that you can pay with credit and expenses and whatever else to keep more of the money in there. And then look, buys you time, and then in 30 days, when the bill comes out, you just pull from the line of credit, which pays the credit card, right? And then by that time, guess what? You're already making more money. So you just dump that money in there. By the time you zero out the line of credit from your initial chunk towards an asset or pay off of a debt, you do it again. And it keeps going, okay? So that's it for credit cards and personal lines of credit. They're primarily either going to be used to buy time or to chunk at a particular debt or to acquire an asset. Now, let's move over, okay, and go into the asset. And by the way, I wrote some little benefits down here. You know, you get points and free travel, cashback rewards. Like, there's so much stuff when you start utilizing credit the right way. And not the wrong way, but the right way, okay? So with a policy, okay, here's my example of the next debt weapon is a policy that earns cash value, okay, makes me some money, and functions just like this, except I really don't want to be using this to pay bills or expenses, right? Because I would lose out over here on those nice benefits and whatnot of the, cashback rewards, free travel, points, all that good stuff. Primarily, we want to leverage our policy to potentially wipe out bigger debts or to make a big purchase, right? Or to make a big investment. Now, big can mean anything to any individual. A big investment can be $10,000. To someone else, that's a small investment. To someone, 100,000 can be a big investment. 100 million, right? Wherever you're at in life, okay, you qualify what you qualify as big and small. But the idea is that you don't want to use a policy primarily just to pay little things like expenses and bills. Okay, use your credit cards and your line of credit for that and just pay yourself back. Pay nothing in interest. This is more of the wealth building, asset creation. This is where you store money tax-free and then use the money tax-free. Okay? So if I primarily use it to make a purchase in an investment, remodel a home, do a rehab deal, acquire land, okay, whatever the case may be. The idea is that whatever I put this money into, I want to make interest on it, okay? AKA profit. I want to make profits. I want to never lose the principal, right? So never lose money, okay? And then once I make a profit from the principal, so I get principal and money back, what do? The same thing you've been doing over here. Pay yourself back. Just the principal. That's what's nice about these policies is when you do it properly, when you design it just right, you don't pay any interest to use the money. You make all this profit here. Meanwhile, you're also earning interest from the insurance company themselves, right? So you got money working in two places. So that's how I use my own personal policy. That's how I recommend my clients to use them. That's how I recommend you to use them, all right? And you'll get some wonderful results. And you'll be like, oh my, interesting. And last but not least, your personal HELOC, okay? For those who have homes that are nearly paid off, halfway paid off, any home with equity in it, we can use, and what I like about these is these typically are much bigger, you know, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 HELOC or $100,000 HELOC. Look, we can use this personal HELOC on a bigger scale to fund a couple of things. Now we can go the long-term route and fund a self-directed Roth IRA. You ever heard of those? I'm learning about them. Very interesting. You can fund a self-directed Roth IRA, which acquires land and or property tax-free, right? All the profit and all the principal goes back into this account and continues to grow tax-free, and then you get access to it once you're 59 and a half. That's if you're cool without the revolving, okay? If you're cool with it, then you lose this. You lose the revolving, being able to take that money out and put it towards somewhere else. Okay, understand that all the money must come back. And then once you're 59 and a half, you have this nice, nice nest egg, okay? But that's when you're 59 and a half. What's cool about this is that we're not putting it into what? Mutual funds and hoping and praying. No, you can, remember, this is self-directed. So you decide where the investment goes. Now, typically, I would acquire land and I would acquire property and then let the land and the property that the rentals make and the income and all that good stuff keep, going back into there. And then what do? Take the money out again, buy a business and buy this and buy that. And then low key, we can get some, benefits, right? Some free travel and some, you eat here and you eat there for free and all that good stuff. There's a lot of things we can do here. Here's the other option, okay, is we can use that personal HELOC to fund your business account. Your business initially. Fund the business account. You start the business and all the expenses that come with being a business owner. And then the business, not you personally, correct? Because we want to get further and further away from our tax, liability. Why should I overpay in taxes? You pay what you need to pay, let the government handle what they need to handle, and you handle your business, and everybody's happy, right? No one's, sucking you dry, okay? So we use personal HELOC, fund the business initially, and do the same thing. Buys land, buys property. Okay, all that profit, guess where it goes back to? The HELOC first, right? Pays the HELOC back, and then do it again. Boom, acquire more land. Profits and principal, back. Boom, do it again. And every single time you do this, the idea would be to continually increase your line, your HELOC line of credit, as well as these. You just keep increasing them every 6 months, every year. You just increase everything. Meanwhile, you have this support system right here, this guaranteed nest egg, right? That's earning you guaranteed interest, returns, and dividends, and it's protecting your cash tax-free. And then look, simultaneously, you're making big bucks over here in your early years, in your early working years, or even in your later years of working. You're banking over here, and then you're just having fun flipping money over here with your credit cards and your line of credit. You open up another credit card where you get 100,000 points and spend 1,000, spend 5,000. You're like, huh, I can do that easily. Boom, boom, boom. Pay myself back. You get all the rewards. The bank becomes your best friend. Everyone loves you. Okay, your household is in line. The kingdom is in order. Okay, you're unstoppable, impenetrable, and they'll never forget your name. Your name will live on, because they'll remember. Mom put it together, man. Boy, did mom know how to put a meal together, and she can get the money right. Or dad knew how to work. And not just work, but he knew how to work smart. Right? Dad just got it, man. He got it. And that's what they'll talk about when you're, sitting with the Lord, right? And in his presence, in Eden. Okay, you're sitting in heaven in God's presence, all right? And you're enjoying it. And you're just, you're looking down. You're like, yeah, wow, that's amazing, all right? Anyways, my name is Denzel. Hope you enjoyed this lesson on how to use debt weapons to your advantage. Okay, credit is a tool. It's meant to use properly. If you use it improperly, you're in the situation that you're in. If you use it properly, you'll get out of that situation that you're in. You'll be able to focus on more important things. Okay, like, I don't know, living an abundant life and being a generous giver and saving your planet Earth and doing all those wonderful things that you talk about, but we don't actually do, because we have a money delay. Once the money delay leaves us, we're no longer a servant to money. We can now serve your cause and your purpose in life and where you're going and where you're headed and where you want to be. All right? So God bless. Have a wonderful day.